G'day team, Punt Road here, back with another video. Today I'm following up from the short, which is about Guns N' Roses live at the Ritz 1988. One of the great concerts of all time, in my opinion. It's a young band telling the world how good they are. Guys, I cannot recommend it enough, and I was lucky enough as a youngster for someone to give me this video. I'll say they remain nameless and I don't know who they are. Whether that's true or not is a different question, because this is probably arguably not overly official, but it is brilliant. Live at the Ritz was in February the 2nd, 1988 in New York. It was put up onto MTV later, which is where this comes from. It is Guns N' Roses at their gritty, grimiest, dive bar, dirty floor, covered in beer best. And I cannot recommend it enough, as I've said earlier. Just going through the band very quickly, we have Axl Rose on vocals. Axl has the bandana, he has the glasses, he's mean, he looks dodgy, but he sings like a broken angel. He is absolutely brilliant in this. His dancing, the serpentine moves, and especially the rant before Out to Get Me is sensational. We have Slash, half man, half monster, maybe both, maybe neither, who knows? But he's sitting there on the guitar, the Les Paul, and he's absolutely killing it. We have the reincarnation of Keith Richards, who wasn't even dead, still isn't, who knows how he could live forever, that man. And that's Izzy Stradlin. Izzy Stradlin, absolutely critical to Guns N' Roses' success from a songwriting and holding that rhythm section together. We have Steve Popcorn Adler, bit of a derided drummer, but actually I think very good in his energy and what he brought to the band in that sense, despite maybe some technical failings. And last but not least, one of my all-time faves, Duff, King of Beers, McKagan. Love that man on the bass, just absolutely killing it and bringing some of that punk drive to Guns N' Roses. What did we have? What did they play? Well, they started off with It's So Easy, the first single released in the UK, a real classic. Duff comes in, he drives the start of it, and that has a bit of a punk feel to it. It's fast, it's quick. Lars Ulrich commented at the time that he just couldn't believe the fuck off in the middle of the song. Why don't you just fuck off? I think he was actually shocked at how gratuitous it was and how full on it was. And he was a Guns N' Roses fan from ever since then. Brilliant version of it on here. Mr. Brownstone, obviously a song, Brownstone, we know what that's about. They do another great version. Out to Get Me, the Axl rant. He's telling the people that are there, particularly the youngsters that are supporting them, that shows how old I am, the junior burgers, that the man is out to get you and you've got to look after yourself. And he doesn't want to be told what to do, and he wasn't going to be. Sweet Child of Mine, their big single, which would come so much success, bring so much success for them, and catapult Appetite for Destruction to an even bigger level as had never been seen before. My Michelle, classic about a groupie, some amazing lyrics in there, like your daddy works in porno now that mummy's not around. That is on the edge, to say the least. Welcome to the Jungle, their big first hit with a fantastic video clip. They could not get any traction with it. They basically beseeched, the management did, MTV, and they said, look, we'll play it one time at midnight. They did, and from there, one of the most requested videos and songs, and it became a huge hit for them. Once again, that was the first push for Appetite for Destruction, which stayed in the charts for an umpteen years, and also is still one of the biggest selling albums to this day. Night Train, song about booze, brilliant song. Paradise City, a single also off Appetite for Destruction, which helped push it through with the iconic black and white video clip, brilliant version of it in here. Rocket Queen, which is probably one of the highlights of the concert, one of my all-time favourite songs. And Rocket Queen is arguably one of the great closers of all time. Brilliant track. And then they finish off with Knocking on Heaven's Door, which would become a huge hit for them later off the Use Your Illusion albums. Just diverging very quickly, lucky enough, this has the Live at Farm Aid, the last ever performance of Steve Adler on drums for Guns N' Roses, with their first ever performance of Civil War and Down on the Farm. Then we've got the 89 American Music Awards, where they play Patience, and then finally Welcome to the Jungle at the 1988 MTV Music Awards. This is a young, hungry band at their best, pushing hard. It's dirty, it's grimy, it's dive bar floor, dirt and beer under your feet. And they absolutely play their parts perfectly. The crowd is amped, the band is feeding off it, and I just cannot recommend enough. If you've got the opportunity to get onto YouTube, check it out, sit down, grab a bourbon and Coke like Gunners would, enjoy that, sip away and soak in this concert, and you will not regret it, I can tell you. It's certainly very different from the Guns N' Roses that would become later with all the big bands. This is them just raw and straight up the front, in your face. As I say, Axl's got the bandana, he's got the glasses, Slash is there like a monster prowling around. Everyone's playing their part to a T, probably just before the true excess hit. I would also say that this gives you probably the closest that you could have to those early shows as far as a live feel, to really get an understanding of what it would be like to see Appetite for Destruction if you were unlucky like me who didn't get to see it. If you have, put it in the comments. We're all very jealous of you. They had done a very limited tour run before this with Motley Crue, but this was their real time to shine, and man, they did it so well. So look, I just can't recommend this enough. Get out, watch it, take some time. As I say, also wanted to say I really appreciate everyone's support and time that they've put into the channel, their comments here on YouTube and also on X, Twitter, all the Punt Road stuff. I really appreciate it. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. If you have, big thanks. Share, comment, like, whatever you can do. It's you guys that actually help this keep going and help me grow it. If you've got recommendations or things that you would like to hear, also put them in as well. I'd love to do what you guys want, what the audience wants. So really appreciate your time. Thank you for listening. If you get a chance, as I say, get on to Live at the Ritz, Guns N' Roses, 1988 in New York. It's absolutely well worth it, highly recommended. And as I always say, guys, have a ripper. Cheers.